Good evening, Greg here, burning both ends, burning on the back end of a Monday. It's 11:28 p.m. Pacific, May 14th, 2018. Week is off to a great start. And Monday nights at 10, I have a call with my business partner, my partner in crime for tech transfer, for commercialization. And we have what's really cool is that a candidate has come to our attention with a technology that might have some traction. So we are in the process of pursuing this technology and hatching a plan around it for commercialization. It's the early stages, so it's very early to tell, but it's very exciting at the same time. And what's really cool is how this person came to me. So I've been running around work for quite some time now, for about a year and a half, just talking about out loud how I'm interested in tech transfer, I'm interested in commercialization, and I've built this reputation that I'm someone to talk to about this, and that's exactly what happened. So this one gentleman went to the tech transfer office at work and started talking about an idea, and then I, through a back channel, heard about it and got connected with this person, and so now we're talking about what it could possibly look like to take this technology out and commercialize it. And so, like I said, early stages, but still, I mean, this is how this stuff happens. And then the other cool piece to that is, I think I had mentioned I went to this pitch competition run by a student-run accelerator group at UC Berkeley. And as a result of going, I met some people. There was an app, this TOPI is the name of the app. I don't know if it's Topi. But anyway, it's an app that you register, that I registered to get into the event. And I found some folks through the app, and I was messaging them, and I found an investor. We had coffee several days later. And as a result of that coffee, he and his team are interested in tech transfer. And so this is a beautiful synergy of things coming together. Just shows the hard work. It shows that this talking out loud, putting yourself out there, or putting myself out there, taking risks, being bold, talking to people, growing my network, is really paying off, and it works. And so here we have the coming together of some cool things. Now it might not be anything, it might be something, we'll see. But the cool thing is it's something to push on. It's a wheel to spin. And so tonight, kicking off some emails, setting up some meetings, just very exciting. This is something that I find I really enjoy this part where there's this description of how business goes. It's almost like paddling down a river, right? You can only see as far as the next bend. And you need to get there to see what's around the corner, right? It might be a waterfall, or it might be a big pot of gold, who knows? But a night like tonight is the kind of night where I've just gotten up to a corner and I'm able to peek around a little bit, and that's kind of cool. A little excitement gets me going, so I'm excited. So what else am I excited about? So Gary V put out some content today. I love Gary V. I love what he brings, and it was a piece about college graduation, right? Mid-May is the time when a lot of grads are out of school, or graduation ceremonies are going on. I know at UC Berkeley we're having it, and then the big question is, okay, now what do you do after college, right? And I know for me, when I was in college, I wish I would have gotten some really good advice from some professionals. I didn't at the time. I forget exactly why, but that almost doesn't really make a difference. And so something that I really love doing where I work is anytime that there's an intern, and I always ask for interns, is I love working with them. I love inspiring them. Let me give a shout out to Gregoire. I had a fantastic intern. He just left me about 4 months ago. I had him for 6 months. He was fantastic. He had a master's from UC Berkeley. Really good worker, really smart guy. We had a great time together. Not only did we build a friendship, but we also, I thought, built a really good working relationship. And I'm excited for him and where his career is going. But anyway, so I love students. I love working with students, and I'm always the kind of person that I give them as much advice as I possibly can. And I tell them, you can take it, you can throw it in the garbage, you can do whatever you want with it, but I'm going to throw out some advice at you that has nothing to do with what we're actually working on. But this is just general career advice, life advice. I'm big on that kind of stuff. And I find that the students want to hear this kind of thing. It's very interesting. So Gary Vee had this post about what he would say to college grads and what they should do. And so I was inspired to make my own post on a similar topic. I've done this in a one-on-one scenario many times, and so it kind of makes sense that I would lay it out in a post like this. And so the basic premise, right, so we have college grads stepping into the workforce. I think it can be really challenging to know what to do after college. I was lucky that it just made sense to me. I would totally call that luck. But, especially now in this world of immediate gratification, 24/7 bling shows where you're constantly being told how much money, I don't know, some sport player is buying a car for, or this huge house, or all these diamonds, or it can be kind of hard to find some patience for a fresh out, I have to say. When am I going to get my bling, right? When am I going to, let me just develop an app and get rich, right? Isn't that how it works? Or let me just get some fat job at Google or Facebook and just get a fat paycheck and just coast. I don't think it works that way. I think you'll find that out. And so, like I said, I enjoy working with students, and I attempt to offer them advice and feedback that I wish was given to me. I have to say, this modern day of clicking your way through job applications is rather depressing. When I was in Florida, so let's see, mid-15, I was looking for jobs back here in the East Bay, and it was rather painful. So here are some numbers from my process. I think it was 200 plus applications, 10 responses, 3 phone interviews, and 1 job offer. And that was probably about 4 solid months of job searching. And so, how do we teach patience and persistence? And how do we, tell these kids, to do something that they love, do something that you love? It's really hard. Because of just all these pressures from all over the place, from parents, from girlfriends, boyfriends, just peers, media, television, all these things, all these pressures come in. So let me just go through some kind of analysis that I do of a fresh out, right? So first of all, in my opinion, as a fresh out, your time scale is all messed up, right? You are used to these 15-week semesters where, everything is done in 15 weeks. Right, you begin, you middle, you end, you're done. Unless you're doing something like that really builds on itself, it might even be kind of disjointed courses. I mean, I was an engineer, so as a freshman engineer, you're given pretty much all but 5 or 6 of your courses that you're going to take for the next 4 years on the very first day. So there's not much pick and choose going on. But, all right, and then on top of these 15-week semesters, you got these ridiculously long breaks in between them, where unless you're really diligent about it, you're probably going to have some fun and mess around a little bit, which is totally cool because you're young, but at the same time, it just messes up this kind of workflow and this time scale with work. And then you graduate, and now you're expected to sit behind a desk for 12 months a year, get very little vacation, and sit there for many, many years and produce. And so it's all messed up. And just back to the semester thing. So something that I like to tell fresh outs. Semester's about 15 weeks. There's stuff that I order that's got 20-week lead times. Right, there are projects I'm on, like this project that we just had a huge milestone with. It's been going on for 10 years. So much for 15 weeks. What can you get done in 15 weeks? So the time scale is messed up, and then I'd say, okay, so then what'd you really learn in college besides the classes you took? But what'd you learn about yourself? Or what did I learn about myself? I have to say what I learned about myself was really how I learn effectively, right? We all learn in different ways. Some people like video. Some people like writing things down. Some people just give them a book and leave them alone. They'll read and they'll absorb everything. Other folks, it's other ways. They have to be shown how to do something. They have to be taught, physically. Some it's a combination, a little bit of video, a little bit of reading, and then a lot of writing, right? So how do I learn effectively? Because that's important, because it's, because once you get into a job, it's not about doing homework assignments, right? It's about learning on the job training, getting good at what you've been, getting good at what you're being paid to do. There's no such thing as homework assignments. It's more like, can you do that thing yet? No? Okay, then keep working at it. So finding how well I learn quickly is very important. And now with YouTube and all Google, it's somewhat easy, but at the same time, it's important to figure that out. And then the other thing that I figured out was what I love to do, right? And also coupled with that is what I'm good at. And those are a little bit different, right? So there's what I love to do, but then the good at are more like skill sets. Like, I'm very good at note taking, or I'm very good at organization, or I'm really good at handling very abstract ideas. I'm just giving examples. I have no idea, but what do I love to do, and what am I actually good at? And then can I find a career or an industry that leverages those two things? And then as I move toward that career or industry, then I understand how I learn. Now you kind of see where this is going. So now I start putting some pieces together. I start learning about that career or industry, learning about how to get my foot in the door, and all of a sudden opportunity shows up. And so that's kind of, I'd say, the basic process. And if I've graduated college and I don't know some of those things, then I have more work to do. And I probably should not really make any major career decisions until I figure that stuff out. How I learn, what I love to do, and what I'm good at, and then find something that has to do with my love and what I'm good at, and move in that direction. And so this is now when the simple advice comes in, right? So simply just write down what you love, write down the skills you have, right? And then start building stories that involve those two things and me, right? So now I'm the student, right? And so I love doing this, I'm good at doing that, and here's a story I'm going to make up or write about those two things and maybe what career I want to go into, or even something from the past about something I did in high school, something I did in college that involves those two things. We should certainly have something from college that we're really proud of, that we did, that we worked really hard for, that leveraged our skills, that we probably loved. And it could be a non-class thing. It could be, you sang in a play, or you built a set, or you led some student group or something like that. So, and then bring these stories to people. Start going to career fairs, start talking to friends and reaching out, grow your network, learn how to grow your network, learn how to get referrals, learn how to talk to people, learn those two magical questions. Can you help me? Do you know someone that can help me? So simple. And what you'll find is people will bend over backwards to help you, especially if you're a student. There is no doubt about that. And then the last two things are definitely take some risks. There's no doubt. Take some risks. You're single. You're healthy. Try something crazy. This is the time to do it. Trust me, it is the time to do it, and do things differently, right? If everyone else is getting in that line to learn how to apply for jobs on websites, been there, done that. It's daunting and depressing and non-personal, and it's right. You work with people. I work with people. It's all about people. It's all about relationships and timing. Go back, listen to that talk. Relationships and timing. And what I want to do as a fresh out is build as many relationships to leverage as much timing as I possibly can. And then with some luck, an opportunity will hit, and I'll have something that will be in alignment with what I love to do and what I'm good at. Critical thing. And the money thing, don't worry about that in the front end. Obviously, now don't go moving to San Francisco and expect to have, $1,000 a month job and live there. That's kind of silly. So make sure that you can at least afford a reasonable lifestyle and, clothe yourself and feed yourself with what you're doing. So, that's kind of critical. And that's it. So I mean, it is somewhat simple, and it all has to do with self-awareness, Gary V. Right? It has to do with relationships and timing, and it has to do with you're so young, take some risks, do something crazy. That's what it's all about. So yeah, and that's my piece. And so I love helping students. I love helping people. Please subscribe to this channel and ask questions. Join me on this journey. Have a journey of your own. Ask for help. I'd love to help you however I could. Please comment down below. If you like the beats in the background, that's my alter ego G Money. I've been drumming for almost 2 decades now, or over 2 decades, and so I write drum songs for like drum sextets, drum quintets, and so if you dig the beats, check them out. There's a link down below. I will also link Gary V's post from today about his advice to college grads. A little bit more intense than mine, I have to say. It's okay though. And there is one more thing. Oh yeah, and then there are some other links down below. Some other videos, other motivational videos. Check them out. It's always good to get some motivation. It's always good to hear some powerful quotes. I love powerful quotes. So that's what we got for today. So enjoy the rest of your Monday. There's not much left of it. Have a powerful Tuesday, and yeah, I'll talk soon.